Hey everybody, so my name is Vivian. I also go by Viviana or Vivi. I was born and raised in San Antonio, Texas, and I actually wanted to make this video. It's been a long awaited. My husband's been pushing me to make this video. Just kind of going over my whole journey. I did lose over 106 pounds within a year and a half. So I just gonna kind of explain and go a little bit more into detail. I do have a fitness page that I made not that long ago, about like 2 to 3 weeks ago. It is on IG and it's _ Vivi Gets Fit. I'll also link it in the description box below. So I'm just kind of gonna go over my whole experience with losing weight and my whole journey and everything that I've gone through. So it pretty much started, I want to say, about a year and a half ago when me and my husband, like I said, me and my husband have been married for about going on 40 years now, almost, in April. And we've been wanting to have children. So, of course, I took the following steps to, pretty much help that go into process and, see what we needed to do. So I went to the doctors. Of course, I got off my birth control. At that time, I was about that. So at that time, I was my biggest, which was 285 pounds. And honestly, when I met my husband, I was never that big. But of course, over time, they like to call it happy weight. Usually put on weight when you're in a relationship, or when, of course, when you're happy, I guess. That's what it means. So me and my husband, of course, both of us had put on, some weight. And I was at my biggest, which was 285 pounds. At that time, of course, the doctor, whenever I did get my implant out, which I was on the implant. When I did get that out, the doctor had asked me if I was going to be getting on any other type of birth control, or if... I was going to be, wanting to have a child. And I did tell her at that moment that, whatever happened, I was fine with, because at this point I already had been married for going on like 2 years. So, and I felt like I was at a position that if I did have a kid, I was fine with it. So, I ended up not getting on anything. But of course the doctor, when I left, and that like kind of stuck in my head, was... Well, I guess this is a lot harder than I thought, but so like I said, the doctor said that at that moment, and it really stuck with me, was that in order, to probably have a healthy pregnancy, or, to even better chances, of course, of getting pregnant, the doctor did recommend me, losing some weight. So, of course, that always stuck in the back of my head. I went home, went on with life, of course, eating. And one day it just hit me, like, I think I want to say like 2 to 3 months probably after my appointment. It hit me, and I was like, you know what? I told my husband that I think that, we should start working out. We should start, being more active, eating better. So literally from one day to the next, I literally went through away everything in my house, threw everything out, started hitting the gym. For 8 months straight, me and my husband didn't go out to eat. I meal prepped. Of course, honestly, a lot of stuff on YouTube. I had to watch a lot of other YouTube girls that pretty much had been overweight, and they honestly helped me along the way a lot. Of course, one of them would be like Fit Susie. I used to watch a lot. I used to also watch Liz Get Fit, and then also Giselle, which I'll go into that a little bit later about Giselle. But I've also watched she's from I want to say she's from Houston, but she's another girl that which, like I said, I'll go on more detail with that. She actually worked with my trainer Armo, and that's actually how, but I'll go into that a little bit more in detail in a bit. But so I would watch a lot of these girls, and honestly, if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would be even as far as I've gotten to this point. And all I have to say is, you know, I watched their videos. They gave me a lot of motivation, because at 285, you almost feel like, and I know I'm like crying, and it's like, I want to be honest, and I just want to tell you, like, I was never one of those girls that, like, I didn't like my body. I hated my, like, myself, or I had, like, bad self-confidence, because that's not true. I've always been pretty much, like, a confident person, in a sense that I've always, like, loved myself. But at the same time, like, you know, you feel a little bit, like, it's not possible. But I'm here to tell you that it is possible. That anything you set your mind to, you can do it, and it can be accomplished. That being said, you know, me and my husband started meal prepping. We started going to the gym. I think we would actually go to the gym about at least 5 to 6 times a week. So within those 8 months, I went from 285 pounds all the way down to 185, which was awesome. I loved it. I felt good. I felt, me and my husband, I want to say, at least he dropped 2 himself. He was up there too in his weight. He dropped about, I want to say, about 60 to 70 pounds, and we were feeling awesome. We were feeling good. But of course, like I said, it's not an excuse, but COVID hit, you know, and with COVID hitting, you know, we got into bad habits. The gyms closed down, so we weren't working out as often as we used to. So we weren't working out. We went to bad eating habits once again, going out to eat. And within, I want to say, from March to about, I would like to say, September, we just, you know, we completely fell off track. We were eating bad. We weren't working out. I wasn't staying active. You know, during that time too, my husband's sister, like, she would, you know, encourage me, like, come on, Vivi, let's go work out. Let's go do this. Let's, you know, try to be healthy. Cause she was, you know, shout out to my sister-in-law. She lost about 30 pounds, and she was doing really good too during that time. So I was like, you know, let me try to get back on it. I could not. And honestly, I feel like working out, staying active, eating healthy, eating right, it's all a mindset. You have to really want it. Nobody can want it for you. You have to really want it for yourself. I'm sorry. And so you have to really want it for yourself. And I feel like at that moment, I didn't want it. I'll be honest. So you know, I was putting on weight to a point that, you know, into quarantine, I had gained over, I want to say, about almost a little bit over 30 pounds. So I went from 185 back up to 220, which at that point I couldn't believe that I let myself get back up to 220. I worked so hard to get down to 185 that I couldn't believe that, you know, all that hard work, I just felt like was for nothing almost. So at that point, I would watch, like I said, going back to Giselle, I used to watch Giselle's videos, and she kind of went through something similar where, you know, she had put on weight and she got kind of, you know, too comfortable. And I guess that's what it is. Sometimes we get too comfortable, and we see ourselves already kind of, you know, losing weight. Oh, I'm a lot smaller, and you kind of get comfortable in that sense. So I saw that she used to work with a trainer, and his name is it's Built by Armo. He owns, him and his wife Kayla, they both own Builtathletics. And I had, like I said, I already had been watching Giselle for like over a year and a half, and I had seen that she would always talk about Armo, that he had helped her. And I mean, her story is pretty awesome. She went from, I want to say, about 240 pounds, and with Armo's help and guidance, Armo and Kayla, she got down to, I want to say, about like 137 pounds, which is like awesome, within 8 months. Of course, you know, you got to put in the work. So when I'd seen that, and she would always talk about Armo, and I actually had been following him since she had been shouting him out and talking about him on her YouTube and her IG, I actually a while back had followed Armo on Instagram, but I never like, you know, reached out or anything. And one day, it was kind of, what are like the odds, but me and my manager, we actually went on I guess like a day drinking spree. And that day, literally from the morning, from like drinking mimosas all the way until I want to say almost like 7 o'clock in the afternoon, we day drinked all day. Day drink, to the point that when I got home, I was all peda, and I was like, you know what, I don't know, I guess maybe it was alcohol, I got confidence, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to Armo. I was telling my husband, I'm gonna reach out to Armo, and I'm gonna tell him that, like, I really want to lose weight. Maybe it was probably a cry for help, but I was like, I really want to lose weight, and because I put on the 30 pounds, and I was just like, wow, like, I can't believe I worked so hard and I put on all this weight. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to him. I messaged him, and something, it was by chance. It must have been God probably looking out for me, but by chance, literally, I sent him a message, and Armo had already, I sent him a message. I got back on his personal, he has the builtathletics one, and then he has his personal IG. I honestly had just sent him the message. I want to say it might have been builtathletics, or it might have been his personal Instagram. But I had went to his stories, and I had seen in his stories that he had literally just posted that he was done taking in people. He wasn't going to be taking in no more people. And I was like, okay, well, that sucks. What am I going to do now? Am I going to just continue eating? Because at this point, like, honestly, I felt like I wasn't in the mindset to, like, almost like push myself. So I felt like I needed that push. So I'm like, what am I going to do now? Like, knowing damn well that I need to get my ass to the gym and just work out. But in my head, I was just like, you know, I guess in my head, in the sense, I felt like this was kind of like, I know it's bad to say, but kind of like that last push I needed. So I didn't think he was going to respond, or not that he wasn't going to respond. I just thought like he was going to tell me like, no, Viviana, like, there's no more room, or I'm not taking any more clients in. So like not even an hour passed, and he's really good about like getting back to you and everything. He messaged me, and he's like, you know, I told him my whole sad story, like that, you know, I've lost so much weight, of course COVID hit, blah blah blah, that, you know, now I put on 30 pounds. And I'll tell you right off the bat, Arnold said, you know what, it ain't gonna be easy. I'm gonna tell you this, it's not gonna be easy. You're gonna have to work for it. And at that point, like, I could have been like, oh, well, you know what, I don't really want to work. I don't want to go to the gym, or I don't want to work out. At this point, too, the gyms were open, so I know damn excuse why I wasn't going to the gym. But I could have been like, no, you know what, this is going to be hard. Well, that was the thing, too. He told me, he was like, you know what, I'm not taking any more clients in. But because I had mentioned that I had saw him off Giselle, and he probably saw my whole sap story. So, you know, he said, I'm going to take you, and you're going to be my last client. And I said, okay, awesome. Like, I was so ecstatic, so ecstatic. And I said, you know what, awesome. So of course, you know, he told me after, you know, I was all happy and stuff, he was like, you know, it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna really have to like bust your ass. Like, cause I'm telling him I'm over here. He's like, you know, how do you want to look? What are your goals and stuff like that? And I'm telling my husband, like, what does he mean? Like, what I want to, like, what are my goals? I'm like, I want to lose weight. And then my husband's like, well, I think he wants to know, like, your body type. You know, this girl over here, I'm like, I was like, oh, my body type? I want to look, I was like, I'm over here texting him, I want to look slim, thick with 2 C's. He's probably like, really, girl? So I'm over here, like, I want to look slim, thick. And he's like, okay, whatever. He's like, you know, you're gonna need to work for it. You're really gonna need to work for it. So I was like, you know, I'm up for it. I'm up for it. You know what I mean? I've done this before, but, well, I thought I did this before, but I'll go into detail about all that. Like I said, Arnold says, okay, you know, this is how much it's gonna be. It's a 12-week program. You know, just give me all the basic information. You know, and I was like, you know what, I'm all for it. You know, people are like, you're crazy, you're getting a trainer, this and that. Like, you know, I can't believe you're doing that. But at the end of the day, this is the way I see it. And you know, Armo said it a lot of times too. It's like, people are gonna spend money on makeup. I spend money on makeup, as you can tell. Makeup, you're gonna spend money on the new cell phones, the new PlayStations, you know, all those kind of things that, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. You work hard, you know, enjoy yourself, buy all that stuff that you want. But at the same time, I was thinking, you know what, if I could spend that money on all these other things, why can't I spend the money in investing in myself, investing in my health? Because I think at the end of the day, that's important. It started off, and yes, of course, I get emotional because I do want a child. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this for myself, and I'm doing it for my health, and I'm doing it so, you know, I feel good about myself. And at the end of the day, that's what's important. You have to do what makes you happy, and you need to be in the best health as you can, especially during these times. So I said, you know what? I'm going to invest this money into myself. I'm going to invest in my health. So, you know, I signed up and everything, and I'm like, you know, waiting a couple of days. And, you know, of course, Armold says literally everything that Built Athletics does for you, and Armold, Built by Armold, does is literally he takes, he wants, of course, it's kind of a little scary. He wants pictures of you literally in like, you know, he tells you in like in a tank top and shorts. And I'm like, oh my God, hell, I don't want to send him a picture of me and my damn, I'm like, really? Which at the end of this video, I'll post some like before and after pictures. Maybe I'll even post the ones that I sent Armo, which is kind of scary, but he wants before and after pictures. And then he wants, you know, your weight, your height. Literally, he needs to know all this information, what kind of type of foods you like, because what he's going to do for you is set up a specific meal plan that's going to help you achieve your goals. A meal plan that's going to help you achieve your goals. He's also going to help you, give you a workout plan that's going to help you achieve, like I said, your physique, your goals, whatever you're wanting in your body type. Which I was like, oh shit, I said slim thick. So I'm like, he's going to give me a crap load of squats. So, you know, I waited a couple days. During that time that I waited, I started kind of cutting back on my food intake. So I wouldn't be like shocked whenever he sends me all this, you know, my meal plan or my food plan. So I waited a couple days, and then finally he sent me my meal plan, my food plan. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, when I saw the workout plan, I looked at my husband, I'm like, he did get my before pictures, right? Like, he did see how I looked, right? Like, this is a little intense. Let me tell you, and I mean this, when I used to go work out at the gym, I thought I was working out. I was like, wow, I'm getting it. I'm on the treadmill. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. To be honest, I would go to I would go to like the weight area, and I you know, I've always was with that girl, like, I'm not gonna lift the weights, like, I don't want to be buff, I don't want my arms to look big. But honestly, then it's like starts kind of getting like addicting. You kind of start seeing your arms look a little buff, and you're like, damn, I look good. So it's like, you're like, in your head, you're kind of like, I was thinking, you know, back then I was like, you know, I would do like my 3 little like machines, and I was like, hell yeah, I worked out. Like, I was on the treadmill, and back then I would do like, let's say like 2 miles on the treadmill, and I was like, I wouldn't break like a crazy sweat, but I would break like a little sweat, right? And I would do like, let's say 3 machines. And granted, like, for somebody that's 285 pounds, like, any movement is gonna help. Like, that's why I was able to drop weight. And granted, like, my diet, like I said, I cut out everything. So yes, I did lose weight, and I did see result the way I was doing it. But when I saw Arnold's thing, I was like, I said, I told my husband, I'm like, he did see how my before pictures look. Like, he does know how I look, right? Like, I was like, what the heck is he like? This man's gonna kill me at the gym. So, you know, I go the first day to the gym, and with his plan, and literally, like I said, I thought I was working out. I had no idea what working out was until Armo had gave me his plan. I go to the gym. You can ask my husband too. And it's funny because I go to the gym. I'm on one of the days, it's not on my first day, but like on the second or third day of the first week, because he literally breaks it down, like arms, chest, back, legs, like he breaks down the whole workout for you. And there was one day I had to do, and I thought it was funny, I had to do tricep dips. Well, at this moment I think it's funny, but when I started about 3 months ago, like I said, it's a 12-week process. When I started 3 months ago, the first week that I went and I did those tricep dips, I couldn't even do one. And that was not even at my biggest. I was about 220 at this point. That was not even at my biggest. I couldn't even do one. I'm a very emotional person, for anybody that knows me. Let me tell you, when I try to do the tricep dip on the bench, I looked at my husband and I literally wanted to break down in tears because I felt so undefeated. I felt like I couldn't do it. My husband said, okay, calm down. I think he doesn't expect you to do, the 15, I want to say it's like, there's like 3 or 4 sets, but it was like do 15 reps and 3 sets or whatever. So my husband's like, I don't think he wants you right off the bat. I think he wants you to push yourself, yes, but I don't think he's expecting you like first day come out here like busting out tricep dips. But in my head I was like defeated. I'm like, there's no way I could do this. And my husband's like, no, you need to build your endurance, like calm down. So as time went on, I did build my endurance. Like, of course it wasn't the first week, the second week. I first started off, like I said, it was pretty sad. I could only do 1 or 2. I want to say by like the 3rd or 4th week, I was actually able to like raise it to 6. Then I was up to like 10. And now it's like, I'm able to do it. I don't want to say I'm able to do it because he might like try to send me more. And I'm like, that's what was funny, because too, on the incline, he was like, I'm like looking at him, I'm like, okay, I used to do, I would get on the treadmill, do my cardio, do like, not even an incline. I'm not gonna lie with y'all. I didn't even do an incline. When I saw it, I was like, what the hell? He wanted me to do a 13 incline. I'm like, okay. So I get on the treadmill and I'm like, dude, I'm dying. I'm like doing an incline. I'm like, okay, this is good. So then finally, like I said, I built my endurance. I go on like the 3rd, 4th week, and you check in every week with him. That's what's awesome. I literally have his personal cell phone number. I can, text him at any time, check up. He checks in with me, sees how I'm doing. Every Saturday's our check-in. We send him a picture, which I'm still like, even though I lost weight, I'm like still like uncomfortable. Like, God damn, I have to send him this damn picture of my body. But he's awesome. He checks in with you. You honestly feel like when you're with Built Athletics, you do feel like it's a family. He checks in with you. He makes sure you're doing what you need to do, and keeping you making you keep yourself accountable for your workouts and the way you're eating. So like I said, he's checking in with me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good. Like, I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. And he's like, okay, good, awesome. Kick the incline up to 15. I'm like, what the hell? So, and then luckily, me and Keith my husband Keith, we're on the treadmill, and Keith's like, well, babe, positive, like the treadmill only goes up to 15, so you can't like make you go any higher. I'm like, great, Keith. Like, thanks. So like I said, all I have to say is Built Athletics, honestly, and I don't want to start crying and getting like all emotional, but it's like, honestly, if I wouldn't have found Built Athletics, if I wouldn't have reached out to Armo, who knows if I would have just keep on putting on the weight. It really makes me sad to think, like, would I continue to put on the weight? Honestly, I feel like with Built Athletics and the help of Armo, that this has honestly given me the opportunity to better myself, better my health, and it makes me push myself. It makes me push myself, and I feel like I tell my husband, when I go to the gym, I feel like I go to the gym with a purpose. Like, now they honestly, with the help of Armo, he has set up a foundation for my workout. And I feel like anything's possible. Like, I feel like at first too, I thought he was a little crazy when he told me that he was gonna be able to get me down to 130. I'm like, 130? I'm like, when I don't remember when the last time I was 130 pounds, but honestly, I feel like it is possible with hard work. And like I said, I want to say I work out six times a week, and I don't know if I mentioned it, and you're probably wondering, from the 220 when I first started, This is like literally, I want to say my 12th week with Armo, so my 3 months. When I first started with Armo, I was about 220 pounds when I first started with him. I'm already down. I actually passed my weight that I was when I lost weight on my own. I'm officially down to 178 pounds. And I did that with the help of Built Athletics with my trainer, Armo. And honestly, could I have done it on my own? Maybe. But that was a big maybe because, like I said, I wasn't in the good mindset and I needed that push. And honestly, Armo, yeah, you might see him and you might think, wow, that man looks intimidating. Or like him and his wife, they have nice bodies. So you're like, wow, that can be intimidating for people. But let me just tell you that they're going to make you feel like family. And they want to see you succeed. They want to see you really succeed in your journey for any goals that you have for your physique. And they're really there to help you. So honestly, if you're thinking about doing, getting your body right, I know everybody wants to get their body right for 2021 in the beginning. Honestly, I would reach out to them. I would reach out to Armo because that was the best thing I did, was reaching out to Armo. So yeah, I mean, at this point, like I said, I'm about 178 pounds. I'm not done. I'm still I'm re-signing with Armo. And I'm hoping to get, my goal is to get to 150, but Armo's saying that I could get to 130. So like I said, I mean, he's helped me get this far. So I'm continuing. I'm gonna keep it up. But now I feel like I have a purpose when I go to the gym and I work out, and I love it. I really do. I love it. I can't thank Built Athletics and the team enough, Armo enough for helping me out and really helping me find my fitness journey back again, because it was kind of lost for a little bit. But I mean, that's all I have to say. And I'm really wanting to continue and make YouTube videos on my fitness journey, workout videos. I want to make workout videos. I want to make meal prepping videos. And like I said, nothing's impossible. Even if you feel like something's impossible, it's not impossible. Like I always say, show up, stay active. Sometimes you might not need a trainer. Just show up, stay active, continue the work. But if you want to take your body to the next level, I'd say reach out to builtathletics, like I just said. But other than that, comment, subscribe, like this video. Let me know in the comments if you need any advice or you want somebody to talk to. I'm always here. And have a nice day.